Everybody get a chance to review the agenda?
Yep.
We got a motion to approve?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
We have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
All right. Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seca,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Purdy,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
All right. First, we have the Arbor Day proclamation.
This is actually just kind of a housekeeping item. As part of our Tree City designation, we have to approve a proclamation each year. And because of COVID, we did not have our Arbor Day event. And so as we were doing our kind of cleanup for the year, checking all the boxes, we realized we probably should just get this on the agenda and ask for approval. It hasn't changed. It's the same Arbor Day proclamation. I'm not sure, Mayor, you're welcome to read it into the record, but I don't think you have to if council so deems it not necessary.
Does anybody really want me to read it? Don't do it, Doug. Don't do it.
No, you're fine not reading it.
Della saved you.
But we do need a motion to approve
Can we get a
the
motion to
Arbor
approve?
Day proclamation.
I move to approve the Arbor Day proclamation as presented.
We have a second?
I'll second that.
Vote by roll call.
Okay, Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Purdy,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
All right, public comment. So if anyone in the attendees section has any comments they would like to make, you can press the little button to raise your hand and we'll give you the ability to speak. I'm not seeing any hands going up. So consent agenda. Everybody get a chance to read through everything. I'll take that as a yes. Anybody have any issues with it? We get a motion to approve?
And move to approve the agenda, the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Vote by roll call.
All right, Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Purdy,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
All right,
Right.
no public hearings, old business. So item number one, approving the second reading by title only and adopting ordinance 671. Do we have any public comment?
We've received no comment at the staff level at City Hall, and we've made no changes since the last meeting.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adopt ordinance 671, an ordinance establishing city planning commission, prescribing its powers and duties, and repealing ordinance number 354 as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Vote by roll call.
Okay, in an effort to save time, I am going to drop the word counselor and just call out last names on the rest of these. Okay, Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
All right, item number 2, second reading by title only and adoption of the ordinance 672. Do we have any comment on this one?
We've received no comment at City Hall since the last meeting, and we have made no changes to this since presented to the council.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 672 and ordinance repealing ordinance number 362, which established a Park and Recreation Commission for the city of Aumsville.
Do we have a
I'll second that.
Vote by roll call.
Okay, Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy, Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
Item number 3, second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 673. Any comment on this one, Ron?
We have had no comments at City Hall since our last meeting, and we've made no changes to the ordinance since presented to council to hearing.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 673, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 476, which established an Aumsville Traffic and Safety Commission.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
Item number 4, approval of second reading by title only of ordinance number 674. Anything, Ron?
From a staff level, we've received no comments, and we have made no changes since we presented this at the public hearing.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 674, an ordinance repealing ordinance 365, which provides for municipal sewer and water service lien fees, sidewalk, curb, side strip, and street assessments to become liens as presented.
I'll second that.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item number 5, approval of second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 675. Anything wrong?
Again, this is the same. This has not changed since our public hearing, and we've received no comments at City Hall on ordinance 675.
We have a motion.
I motion to approve second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 675, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 543, which provided for appointment of an Aumsville Skate Park Committee for the city of Aumsville, Oregon, as presented.
Do we have a second?
Seconded.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
Item number 6, approve second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance number 676. Anything wrong?
Again, there's no changes since our public hearing on item 676. No comments.
Do we we have a motion?
Move to approve a second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 676, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 544, an ordinance of the city of Aumsville, Oregon regarding claims for just compensation arising out of the enactment of a statewide ballot measure making certain provision therefore and declaring an emergency.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
Item number 7, approval second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 677. Anything, Ron?
We have made no changes at a staff level since the public hearing to ordinance 677, and we've received no public comment.
Do we have a motion?
A motion to approve second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 677, an ordinance adopting rules to be known as the City of Aumsville Public Contracting Regulations and repealing ordinance number 559. 559.
Second.
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 Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
We on number 8, approve second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 678. Anything, Ron?
Again, we've made no changes to ordinance 678 since the public hearing 2 weeks ago, and I've received no comments at City Hall about this ordinance.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 678, an ordinance establishing a systems development charge for capital improvements for water supply, treatment, transmission, and distribution, wastewater collection, treatment and disposal, storm drainage, including flood control, streets and parks, and repealing ordinance number 387.
Do we have a
Seconded.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
Item number 9, approval second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 679. Anything, Ron?
Staff has made no changes to ordinance 679 since the public hearing, and we have received no comment from the public regarding ordinance 679 at City Hall.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 679, an ordinance establishing water regulations and repealing ordinance number 401 as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
Item number 10, approval second reading of title only and adoption of ordinance number 680. Anything wrong?
Again, Mayor, we've made no changes to the ordinance since our public hearing, and we have received no comments at City Hall regarding this ordinance.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 680, an ordinance establishing sewer regulations and repealing ordinance number 402 as presented.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
Item number 11, approval second reading by title only, adoption ordinance 681. Anything, Ron?
That's the same, Mayor. We've received no comments at City Hall. Staff has made no changes since the public hearing.
Do we have a motion?
I move.
I move to approve second reading by title only and adopt ordinance number 681, and ordinance adopting regulations for use of the city's sanitary sewer system and repealing ordinance number 570.
We have a second.
I second.
Vote by roll call.
Caceres,
Aye.
Seha,
Aye.
Ecclestone,
Aye.
Purdy,
Aye.
Feeny,
Aye.
Clevenger,
Aye.
and that is unanimous.
All right, no new business. Ron, your report, please, sir.
All right, in your packet is the monthly report from the Public Works Department and from our police chief, and my written report. If you have any questions on anything, I'm happy to address it. I do have 4 or 5 items since I wrote the report in the way of updates. We are now up to 63 cases according to the update to the Marion County COVID dashboard as of today. As you know, we've had quite a few spikes in positive cases in Oregon here this last week or two. The governor, actually, I was on a 5 o'clock webinar with the governor's office today. She put in an executive order, I believe it was on Friday, announcing a 2-week pause. And she's cutting back the number of maximum allowable folks in certain businesses. Restaurants specifically are one area, bars, a lot of concern about the spread that's occurring in bars and restaurants because people have to take their face masks off in order to be able to eat and drink in those establishments. She's asking to limit parties no more than 6 folks that you have immediate contact with. In other words, immediate family, I believe. And she's asking to switch to a work remotely for all businesses except for those that are essential workers. And so that's her current status. My staff and I will have our all staff meeting on Wednesday this week, and we'll get together to decide if we need to make any specific changes to follow the governor's executive order.
Ron,
Yes.
Wednesday is a holiday.
Oh,
I forgot
well-
we need to reschedule that.
we'll reschedule that, but we'll be meeting this week and we'll discuss if there's anything that we need to do. I think we could probably claim we're essential workers, but we certainly want to try to follow the recommendations. So we'll discuss that. I think we're actually, I think we actually have a really good protocol at the city. So everybody's in a different office. We wear masks unless we come out of our office. We will wear masks into the general room. I just want to make sure that we're not violating anything. So we'll do some follow-up questions. There is very low interest rates that's occurring right now, which has a negative and a positive effect. The negative effect is we have a lot of money in our investment pool, which is the investment pool that all the cities join in, LGIP, and we're not getting a lot of money in return, unfortunately. However, the good news is we do have about a $1.4 million outstanding loan from the last time we did sewer upgrades, and we've been paying on that loan for some time. And if we refinance that, the city can save over $200,000 in interest. So I've filed our intent to refinance that, and just want to make sure council's supportive of us pursuing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the only negative possibility could be is generally when you take those out, there's a period where you can't prepay. I don't see us prepaying in the next few years, so I don't know that it's a problem for us, but that's usually the only negative is they have a period of 3 to 5 years where you can't do a prepayment of it. But I think let's save the money while we can save the money.
Ron, is that just like an annual payment that we pay out on, or is that a monthly installment?
I think we pay it annually or semi-annually. I can't recall on this particular one.
Okay.
We were able to pay our water debt off last year.
Yeah.
So the only thing we have outstanding is the sewer loan.
Does that just with our annual budget, even though that it saves us interest, is that kind of reducing some of our budget? So then, or not our budget, but just our dollars going out to give us a little more cushion?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it'll be. You got to think $200,000 over the life of the loan. It might be $10,000 or $12,000 a year, but anytime you can save money, especially considering the fact that we're putting together this capital facilities plan, which is almost complete. One of the things that will be coming forward to discuss with council is trying to put in some rate increases now, so that when we do get 2 years from now and have to go out and start construction of a project, that the increase is bought down a little bit. It's less of a impact. And so that's one of the things our consultant has recommended. And my thought was, yes, it's something that we need to do, but let's talk about it as part of our strategic planning goal setting session. We can put it off a few months and really analyze what that impact will be. So,
okay, great.
So we continue to work on that. Just a couple of notes. One, item 6 on my report about opportunity zones. That's just not something that's really on my radar screen, and I'm not sure that it benefits us because we don't have large lot industrial areas. But I wanted you to know that I did have that discussion. I didn't, and that's kind of where I landed. But I want to make sure that you don't have questions or issues with that. And then I continue to get semi-monthly contacts from our cell tower lease recipients. And they call me about every month or every other month, and they threaten to pull their leases unless we renegotiate their long-term contracts. Our position has always been that you negotiated the contract, the city's fine. If you want to pull the contract out, that's fine. We're not going to renegotiate those. I will tell you, some of the contracts that they're asking to be renegotiated, in my opinion, are too lenient. And we did some financial analysis early on. One contract that was kind of threatening the city to move, or contractor, leaseholder. We did an analysis that if we didn't change anything over 5 years, we would be at the exact same place. So if they didn't pull out within the first 5 years, we weren't out anything. had we changed to their terms. And we're at 4 years, a little over 4 years, 4.5 years now since we made that decision. And they did a huge capital upgrade. They basically redid all of the equipment 2 or 3 months ago on the tower, and they're getting very aggressive with me as far as changing the terms. I have been telling them the same thing. I just want to make sure council hasn't changed their opinion or their mind, but I basically telling them when your contract comes due, that's your time to renegotiate. And so just wanted to make sure council is still comfortable with that direction.
I'm cool with it.
Okay. A couple of questions from residents at the last meeting, one having to do with the flashing light and the other one having to do with the stop sign on Delmar. I did get back to both residents and let them know where we were. And I just wanted to report back to council. And I know we've got a couple of them on the attendees list here. The flashing light, I did get somebody from the power company to talk to me about what their schedule is, and basically they're making no commitments to their schedule, which was the answer that I had last week, that they wouldn't commit to a schedule just because of COVID and everything that's going on. You know, they're gonna put this project in and kind of fit it in when it's convenient. So I can't get a schedule from them. And as far as the stop sign having to do with ODOT Rail, ODOT Rail has not returned our calls. We've made since the last council meeting 2 or 3 calls to ODOT Rail, and I don't know if anybody is even in the office over there. I'm going to assume that they're all remote working, but again, no response back from them. And then finally, see, I got all that. Finally, there is a new elected officials training, the one that LOC puts on every year. They're putting those on through webinars this year, and they've got a number of dates. If any of you would like to attend those, just, you know, for something to do or a refresher, or you got questions you want to ask, you're certainly welcome to do that. And we'll also reach out to our other newly elected council members and make sure that they know that that offer is available. LOC does the newly elected trainings usually a couple times a year, I think, right, Colleen? I think they do them a couple times a year. It's similar to the training that I do through an orientation, usually one-on-one or in groups. It covers a lot of the same material. Usually LOC will also bring in CIS, loss risk attorneys, and they'll provide some comments and overview as far as that's concerned too. So those opportunities are open. Outside of that, council, if you have any questions on anything on my report or anything that you may have seen or heard, I'm happy to address those.
I got nothing. Anybody? Cool. Moving on. Anyone have anything to report or anything for the good of the order?
We had an MWAC meeting last Thursday, and I'll just let you know that we're in the process of starting to develop and scope projects for 2024 through 27. And there's some information on ODOT's website. I can get people the email if they're interested in looking at it. But it has to do with the funds that we get, like for the city for our 50,000 or whatever it is for that. But it's larger projects like the Aurora Donald interchange and continuing with the Newburgh Dundee bypass are 2 of our biggest ones. And then they're also looking at finishing Highway 22 and 51 over in Polk County. We did have some updates on Highway 22 East up around the Detroit area where they are, have contracts out for building removal and tree removals. We're hoping to have those back by Thanksgiving and weather permitting, people out working by December 1st.
Cool. Thank you for that, Dylan.
Thank you, Della.
Anybody else got anything? So we're all on the same page for meeting the week of Thanksgiving. Cool. Well, if there is nothing else, then go ahead and adjourn the meeting. I've got 7:37.